Water they can drink. In summer, birds can feed themselves on worms and insects too. But when the winter frosts appear, they need some help from you. With bread and nuts and bacon rind, all the scraps that we can find, bits of fat, and while I think, a bowl of water they can drink. But if birds aren't fed in winter, they may die before the spring. So if we want to help them live, this is what we bring. Bread and nuts and bacon rind, all the scraps that we can find, bits of fat, and while I think, a bowl of water they can drink.
Oh, I enjoyed that.
Just a minute. Why do we have to put out water? Can't the birds drink from the puddles and rivers like they do in the summer?
Well, Toby, what happens to water when the weather gets very, very cold?
Well, it turns to ice.
Right.
That's right. And the birds can't drink ice, can they? So that's why we put out water for them to drink and food for them to eat.
All living things need food and water to stay alive.
Right.
No, except the Iron Boy and the Sandalwood Girl. We've been following their adventures for weeks now. They've never once had anything to eat or drink.
That's because they're not a real boy and girl. If you remember, I sent them to the magical country of Zorn so that they could bathe in the Silver River.
Yes, and then they become a real boy and girl. The last time we heard about them, Auntie Flo, they'd reached a ledge just above the Silver River. Oh, I wonder what happened to them after that.
Well, I've no idea.
Well, let's all find out, shall we?
The puddle.
Oh, what a good idea.
Come on, then.
I hope they're going to be all right.
We'll soon see.
The Iron Boy and the Sandalwood Girl stood on the wide ledge of rock and looked down into the water below. "There's no way down," said the Iron Boy. "We shall have to jump," said the Sandalwood Girl. "We must jump in and swim to that cave." "But suppose the magician was wrong," said the Iron Boy. "He said I would turn into a real boy if I bathed in the Silver River, but if I don't turn into a real boy, I shall sink to the bottom." "We shall have to trust the magician," said the Sandalwood Girl. "If I don't turn into a real girl, I shall still be made of wood. I shall float. I'll try and hold you up." "All right," said the Iron Boy. "We'll jump. Come on." They held hands and jumped into the water. Down they went, down under the water, down, down, down. But as soon as they touched the water of the Silver River, they changed. The Iron Boy found that he could swim, and the Sandalwood Girl didn't float, she swam. They both swam up to the surface. "We've changed," cried the Sandalwood Girl. "We've changed into real children." They swam across to the cave and climbed up onto the path. "The magician was right. We've changed. We've changed." They both cried as they danced with delight. They jumped into the air and shouted. At last the Iron Boy said, "I'm hungry. I've never been hungry before. That means I'm really alive. I'm a real boy." "I'm hungry too," said the Sandalwood Girl. "And the cave looks smaller. That means we've grown larger. We're real children." "Let's go along the cave to the city of Zorn that the pony told us about," said the Iron Boy. They set off along the path through the cave. But they hadn't gone far when they saw light coming towards them. Then they saw a woman with a lantern coming along the path. She looked very kind. "Who are you?" she asked. "And where have you come from?" "We've come down the cliff and bathed in the Silver River," said the Iron Boy. "I was made of iron, but I'm not made of iron any longer. I'm a real boy." "And I was made of sandalwood," said the Sandalwood Girl. "And now I'm a real girl. We know we're real children because we're very hungry." "Here's something to eat," said the woman. "Don't be afraid. I know who you are. There's a story that's told in the city of Zorn about an Iron Boy and a Sandalwood Girl. The story says that their names are Iron and Sandella. It tells how they came over the mountains and how one day they will do wonderful things in the city of Zorn. You must be Iron and Sandella. My name is Alana. Come with me, and I will take you to the city of Zorn." So Iron and Sandella went with Alana on the path by the Silver River until they came at last to the end of the cave, and there, in front of them, they saw the wonderful city of Zorn.
Ooh, that was exciting.
Did they have a good time there, now that they're real children?
They had the most marvelous time.
Oh. In the story, it said they'd do wonderful things. What sort of things did they do?
I think we'll hear about them another time.
Oh.
Well, never mind, Toby. Meanwhile, you'll be able to read about the adventures they had on the way to Zorn in your little books, won't you?
What a good idea. What was the last story called?
The Way Through the Cave. You should find it on your bookshelf.
Yes, The Way Through the Cave. The Way Through the Cave. Would you come and help me, Auntie Flo?
Of course, yes. Come on.
The Way Through the Cave. The Way Through the Cave. The Way Through the Cave. Ah, there it is, I think. Look. The Way Through the Cave.
Have you found it, Toby?
I think it's that one there.
Let's see. There we are. The Way Through the Cave. Right. Now, shall we take it over to the table and have a look at it?
Oh, yes, good idea.
Now, the Way Through the Cave. Come on, Toby. Now. Oh. Here we are, look. The Iron Boy and the Sandalwood Girl in the river. Now, can you remember what the water did to them?
It changed them, didn't it?
That's right. And it says so here, look. Can you read it? There. We've changed,
cried the Sandalwood
Well done.
Girl.
Well done, Toby.
They were a real boy and girl at last.
That's
Oh,
right.
yes. Just as I promised. But then they noticed something else.
They noticed they were hungry. Quite understandable, if you ask me.
Yes, but I didn't ask you, Cauldron. Anyway, you're quite right. They were hungry. Next, they went through the cave to the city of Zorn. But what happened then, Toby?
They saw a light coming towards them. It was a woman with a lantern. Look, there's a picture of her.
That's right.
Can you remember what her name was?
Alana.
Yes.
That's right. And she told the Sandalwood Girl and the Iron Boy what their names were. Can you remember?
The boy's name sounded like Iron.
I know. Iron. That was his name, wasn't it?
That's right. And the girl's name sounded like Sandalwood.
Sandella.
Well done.
That's right. And Alana took them both through the cave to the magical city of Zorn.
I enjoyed that story. I wonder if they had a meal when they got there, because they were ever so hungry. That reminds me, is it lunchtime yet?
No, not just yet, Cauldron. First, we have to give the birds something to eat. I imagine they're even hungrier than you.
Yes, we'll get some bread and nuts and things and scatter them on the ground. Oh, and we'll put some water next to the food.
I know. We could make a bird table, and then we could put the food on that.
Oh, what a good idea. How do we do that?
Oh, it's quite easy. We just need a wooden tray, and then you nail it onto a post and put the post in the ground.
Oh, well, let's do it then.
Why go to all that trouble? I could make a wonderful bird table with a magic spell.
Well,
Shall we try it?
do you think it's a good idea?
Of course it's a good idea.
All right, let's do it. Right, what do we need for the spell?
Well, we're making a table, so we need something that begins with the same sound as table.
Oh, Toby. There, what's that?
Oh, look, yes, a tray. A tea tray.
That's right.
Tea tray.
Now, I could make a wonderful bird table with this.
Oh, yes, you could.
Just the right size.
Oh, yes, of course. We are going to make a wonderful bird table with our magic spell, aren't we?
Yes, we are. Just pop the tray into the cauldron, Aunt Flo, and we'll soon see.
Very well.
Well done.
And since the table's for the birds, I suppose we ought to use a colour beginning with B for bird.
What about black?
Black.
A
Good
black.
idea.
Black.
Ah, look behind you. A black belt.
Ah, yes. Well done, Toby. A black belt. Now, for once, I've remembered the magic tune. All together now.
Pom, 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 pom. Shall we do the clap together? Huh?
Oh, yes, we can all do that.
Right.
But the magic rhyme I must do all by myself.
Right.
Puddle, muddle, muddle, puddle, birds are hungry, but we're able, muddle, puddle, puddle, muddle, to make for them a fine bird table. Now, shall we take it into the garden?
Oh, yes.
Haven't we forgotten something?
I don't think so.
You have, you know. You've got a nice bird table
Hmm.
and a nice notice that says bird food,
Yes.
but there isn't any food on the table.
Oh, silly me.
Good thinking.
Oh, dear, I really think I get so. Never mind. Here we are. The very first meal for the birds on our magnificent new bird table. Oh, dear. Do you think the breadcrumbs were too heavy?
Your spell didn't work, magician. It looks as though I shall have to make the bird table after all.
Quite right, Auntie Flo.
Now,
Do you want to borrow my hammer, Aunt Flo?
yes, I think we might. And a few nails if you look.